Good afternoon and welcome everyone to Inova Tech Insights. I am Raquel Allen, your host, and with me is my esteemed colleague, Marcy Van Olden. Marcy is based in our Curacao office and she's our digital marketer. And today we're going to have an interesting conversation in our first episode of Tech Insights, Empowering Marketing with Technology. Marcy has some interesting points she's going to bring across today for during our discussion. And of course, we're going to talk about AI. Of course, we're going to talk about business intelligence. And we can't talk about AI without Copilot, which is the hum of the market now. Everybody's talking about Copilot. And of course, Inova is helping to guide our customers in the right way to deploy Copilot and optimize use across their organizations. To close out the conversation, we're also going to be talking about a success story with one of our customers based in Curacao, but I won't let the cat out of the bag yet. I'll let Marcy introduce herself and take us through the conversation. Marcy, tell us a little bit about you before we deep dive into our talk today.
Hi, Raquel. Good afternoon. And I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy that we are the first department here in Inova Solutions that gets to do this podcast with you. So thank you for having us. Thank you for inviting us. I'm the digital marketer here at Inova Solutions, and I'm based in the headquarters in Curacao. The marketing department for Inova Solutions consists of two people. Adriana Wong and I. She is the marketing manager. I am the digital marketer, and I am really focused here, as the name says it, no, for digital marketing. So I do content creation, I do social media, the whole thing. That's part of my job here at Inova Solutions, and I love it. And let me tell you, since Copilot has taken over, I don't know if I can live without it. So I'm so excited to show everyone all the things Copilot can do and how Copilot and business intelligence really enhances our marketing efforts and gives us more room to be more creative, to create more campaigns, and to really fill the needs and sense the needs of our customers and potential customers. So I'm really excited to share with you everything that I've prepared for today. And, let's hope it's a very exciting session.
I'm sure it's going to be exciting. I'm sure it's going to be insightful. And I'm sure at the end of it, people will be calling and knocking on our doors to find out how they can get Copilot in their organization and how we can help them to have this built out across their team to empower them. And also, as you said, to tap into their creativity and ensure that at the end of the day, they're meeting their goals and their strategies are aligned. Yes? So, Marcy, let's get into it, right? Right. So our first question today, and we want to make sure that we are focused on this, is pretty much we want to know, Marcy, how do we use BI within Inova, right, to create synergy between sales and marketing? We know that sales and marketing go together. I've heard the term smarketing used. I'm going to just tap that in there. But give me, I may have an understanding of it, but for persons listening in, how do you see BI, business intelligence, creating that synergy between sales and marketing?
That's a very good question, Raquel. And as you know, here at Inova Solutions, we're all about the synergy between sales and marketing, and we're always finding ways to improve the collaboration between sales and marketing. And as you know, we have our weekly sales and marketing meeting. And what's the first thing that we talk about during that meeting? Or in either way, one of the most important things we talk about.
I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. Tell me, Marcy.
So one of the key things that we do during that meeting is we take out our Power BI dashboard and we analyze the leads that come in every week, every month, the location where they come in, from what campaign they are. After all of that is collected, what we do is we then start going through the funnel. So we start looking at the opportunities. Which leads are still open? Which leads have been converted to opportunities? And what's the close rate? And that is how we try to communicate with sales and communicate with marketing and see which campaigns perform best, which campaigns bring out the best qualified leads or more quality leads. We analyze our conversion rates, our opportunity rates to see how we can improve the closing rate, because in the end, a lead, if you have a lead, the one thing you want to do it is you want to convert it to a paying customer.
Conversion is key.
That's the most important thing in marketing. And so for us, it's very important that we have a clear overview of the leads that we generate and how it goes through the funnel until it's a paying customer. And with AI now, a lot of things we can improve even more with business intelligence, because right now, when a lead comes in, we have the possibility to say, you know what, I want AI to score these leads. I want AI to say, this is a hot lead. This is a lead that needs more research. This is a lead where you might have to nurture them a bit. So based on the reactions of the leads, based on characteristics that you can decide, your system, your AI system can decide what type of lead this is, right? So there are a lot of opportunities for business intelligence, for AI, to really create more synergy between marketing and sales.
Because it's definitely interesting, as you said, right? Lead generation is one thing, but understanding those leads and analyzing those leads and converting them, the success rate, the return on investment is extremely important for business decisions, and to determine when we put more energy behind a campaign, put more energy behind a certain product because of the market response to it. And these BI tools gives you that data outside of us having to dig through all of that information. It does it for us, and then allows us to make the decisions that are critical to our strategy. And I think we do an excellent job with our marketing efforts, thanks to yourself and Adriana. We love it. I definitely know once that dashboard comes up during our call for leads, we're seeing everything happening across our territories. We're seeing how they assign sales roles. We know the kind of the timelines that the leads are taking, whether they're taking 10 days to conversion or they're just sitting idly. I do think the connection from marketing to sales is extremely handled extremely well within Innova. And I think business intelligence does drive a lot of our decision making, which is extremely, I think, beneficial to us, right, Marcy?
Yes. You've mentioned so many things that are so important, making data-driven decisions. That's one of the key things that marketing does. So, for example, this morning I was downloading some data from LinkedIn, and I asked Copilot to help me analyze this data. What does this data mean for me? Copilot was telling me, this Windows ebook campaign, it's going very well. They're very interested in Windows 365. So my next meeting with you, I'm going to tell you, hey, listen, this in this country, they're very interested in Windows ebook. How about you do more? How about you contact more customers or contact more leads and use that as an offer? So that's how we use data. That's how we use intelligence, artificial intelligence, to help us help you make a better sale or contact more qualified leads or contact leads with products that they're actually interested in.
So we're not just blindly reaching out, right? We've assessed you. We know what you want, and we've been told that this is where your focus is. And so we're going to reach out to you with the right conversation and the right guidance regarding that. Now, we have been mixing business intelligence with AI, right? And in terms of the conversation so far, and they're kind of closely tied. We want to just separate them, though, in terms of for customers to understand that we can look at Power BI, a business intelligence tool, versus Copilot, which is an artificial intelligence tool. The combination of both is quite, I would say, advantageous for marketing or for any department, but we're focused on marketing today. As we start to hit on Copilot, and everybody, as we said before, so excited about Copilot, the capacity that or what it can do in terms of productivity and efficiency, and allowing person to tap into their own creativity, because your brain has been freed up to focus on that, right? I know you mentioned Copilot, but let's go a little bit more into it in terms of how are we seeing Copilot enhancing the content that we share with customers? I know it helps us in understanding how we reach out to them after a lead to gauge their interest. But in terms of the content we get to them, how does Copilot support that effort? And then I know you have something interesting for us, a quick demo.
I do.
So,
I do.
Give us your response and then take floor with the demo as well.
So before we get into all that, I want to just go back a little bit to really talk about the goals that a marketing department has, right? A marketing department has several goals. I think one of the most important ones we talked about already, and that is lead generation. That is very important for us. But it's also building a brand reputation, building a reputable brand, building a consistent brand, and communicate and collaborate with sales. So you have to do internal and external communication. And once you have those leads and once you have those customers, what you have to do is you have to try to maintain your customers, right? You have to try to increase customer loyalty, increase customer engagement. For all these things, AI and especially Copilot gives us such a unique opportunity and so much benefits, because to reach all of these things, to generate leads, to drive sales and revenue, to build a good brand reputation, to communicate, collaborate, to maintain customers, and all of these things, we have to do a couple of things. No, you have to do content marketing, you have to organize events, you have to do email campaigns, you have to work on your social media, you have to be present on social media, and you have to have a website that's active, that is up to date.
And then you also need to have consistency across all these mediums.
Consistency across all of these mediums. And what Copilot helps you with is what it does for you is it drafts content for you. So if you want to do an email campaign, it drafts emails for you. If you want to do social media, if you want to create social media artwork or social media captions, it generates it for you. You want an errorless website, because one of my pet peeves is errors on when writing something. I mean, I want my stuff to be errorless. So the Copilot really helps me maintain, a good quality of spelling and grammar in my text. So there are so many things that helps you enhance your work when you use Copilot. And it's not only that that helps you do your work faster, it gives you another point of view as well. So instead of you thinking only this way and writing only this type of content, maybe Copilot gives you another idea and makes you start thinking about things that you haven't even thought about. And I'm not saying it only enhances your work by having,
free up your time.
No, it does. That's not only freeing up time and giving you less errors. It helps you generate more ideas. It helps you differentiate your business.
To think outside the box sometimes as well.
Exactly. So all in all, it just really amplifies everything that you do within marketing.
And I can see that. And I think the name is so spot on, right? Yeah. Because when you think of a pilot and then his co-pilot, that person really is integral, because at the end of the day, if the pilot falls out or if he needs additional support, that person on his right or to his left is definitely going to be what we call the navigator, right? The co-pilot. And I think that having this this prompt-based technology that understands after usage, it starts to remember how you communicate. It understands where you're coming from, and it gives you guidance based on what you input. But at the end of the day, it's tapping into additional resources, as you said, that may not have been top of mind for you. So it's bringing new ideas to you. It's helping to build up on your existing or your own ideas. It allows you the productivity and the freedom. And again, it enhances almost everything you do, right? There is no point that it's a disadvantage, I think. I would love to see then, Marcy, your demo in terms of how please, let's share your screen and show us the power of Copilot for Inova's marketing department.
Yes, sure will. I decided to go back a little bit with this and use an example of communication we've done about Copilot as well. And as you know, in January, it was really quickly actually announced that, Copilot is available for everyone.
General availability.
General availability. And for us, that meant very quickly setting up marketing activities and setting up marketing events, because we had to be at the forefront. We're a Microsoft partner. We need to, be on top of this.
We have to.
So we had our blog. I mean, a couple of months earlier, we published our blog, but when we got that announcement, we had to update that blog. We had to organize some sort of event or some sort of moment to talk to our customers or to talk to potential customers who would be interested in Copilot and to guide them through this process. Because as you know, Copilot it's just not something that you download and then that's it. It's your environment needs to be optimized in order to, successfully and securely implement Copilot. So for us, it was a matter of really making sure that we had all our information ready and for our customers who were asking for it, right? So we had this blog. This blog was ready. It was a nice blog. But then we want to add the update, right? So if I were to ask Copilot, listen, I want to update this blog with the latest information. Then I ask update. And then the file that I have is the Copilot update file, right? So I say add information from this file.
This is where the prompts get interesting. You have to know what you want from it.
You have to know what you want from it. So if you guys want, we can send you guys a prompt file and you guys can, figure out how to learn more about prompts that you have to give, because things can be interpreted different ways. And once you work more and more with Copilot, you will realize that some prompts, they result in different answers than what you may have expected, right? I'm going to ask Copilot to add information from this file. So now it's creating a draft, working. And now you see that it starts generating the content.
Reminds me of ChatGPT, but we won't throw that too much down the line.
I don't use it a lot anymore. Because the difference between this is that it's in your environment, right? Right now,
yes.
I'm of course, this demo, I'm using it in a test environment. It's not the Inova Solutions environment. So I can't really show you the extent of how I would do it in my own work. So this is really an actual demo. Imagine if you were in your own environment and you could reference and use input from all the files that you had. So
with the right permissions and security protocols in place.
Exactly. That's very important. That's a good one. Right. Yes. So right now, I asked Copilot, listen, update the file. I want the information from the update file. I want it in this blog. So it updates my blog for me. I'm done. I can update the blog on my website. Good to go. But then I forget, I need to do some internal communication as well. I need to inform my sales team, listen,
yes,
this product has been launched. It's available. Customers are gonna start asking about it. You need to know this and this information. But I'm sure that if I send them that Word file that I was talking to you about, I'm sure that if I send them that Word file, it might not be as interesting as, creating something a bit more interactive, a bit more fun to look at, right? Yep. So I'll go in PowerPoint and I'll ask Copilot, create a presentation from a file. So I ask Copilot, create a presentation from the Copilot update file. Then it's going to work on a response for me. And in a bit, you're going to see that it's going to show me an outline of the PowerPoint presentation that is going to draft for me. Mm-hmm. So in a second, it's going to tell me, okay, I'm going to draft a PowerPoint presentation for you, and it's going to have this and this and this and this as content.
And I can see it working in the background. So it's not that whether your data bandwidth matters, the amount of information it has to assess matters, but it's going to take its time, it's going to assess, and it's going to spit out what's needed, right?
Exactly. And it's going to put it to you in a concise, but also in a structured manner, so you don't have all information over the place. Correct? So right now it's generating the slides. It already provided me with an outline. And right now it's generating the slides. And in a bit, it's going to show me a presentation.
This is a dream come true.
This is a dream come true. This is a dream.
This is a dream.
In 2 minutes, it generated 9 slides for me. And I'm ready to go present this to my sales team.
Yeah.
With images, yeah, with images. And then what I really like about it is that it gives you structure. It tells you, okay, what are the changes? Because that's for a sales team, that's the most important thing. What are the
Yes.
changes?
Yes.
What are the
I know I've
updates?
had information on this, but you're giving me new information. What's new?
Yeah.
What
What's
was,
new?
so
What's
what needs
new?
to stand out to me? Yep.
Exactly. And then, what are the benefits? What are the changes? And how do you purchase it? Right? And also a little bit about copyright. So this is really, I'm ready. I'm ready to share this with my team. I'm ready to, move forward and continue promoting this. I'm ready to go on to my next task. So what's my next task? I need to start informing my customers about this update. I need to start informing my customers about this product. So I'm gonna do a little campaign using my email automation. I'm going to use a little campaign to create awareness around Microsoft 365 Copilot, but I'm gonna have to draft 4 emails. So what do I ask Copilot? Draft 4 emails about this file.
Would you tell it who the designated recipients are? So internal versus external, customer versus non-customer, new
Because
customer.
this content was already written for external use, so it was already written with the intent to go to customers. It maintains that same tone of voice.
You are
You understand?
prompting from Word, not the presentation that you had. Okay,
No,
I'm back on your flow of.
Oh,
Steps.
yes. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
okay.
prompting from Word. Yes.
Yes.
So in Word, I asked Copilot, please write me please write me 4 emails about Copilot, promoting Copilot. So then it drafted 4 emails for me, and now I can copy it and add it to my Word file. And then I have 4 drafts of emails, and you can make it as long and as short as you want. And what I also like about this is that it references the content that it creates. It references the points in the text that you were talking about. So for example, here in 24, it says where it's referencing from. And that's also what I think is good, because sometimes you might think, but I don't remember reading this, or I don't remember my document referencing this, especially if it's a long document, right? So it easily gives you access to, or easily shows you where, it gets its information from. And I think that's very valuable.
Absolutely.
So this is for my email campaign, but I'm not done yet, because as marketing, you have to create email campaigns, but you also have to create content. You also have to use all of your channels, because you use emails, you use your website, but you also use social media. So I want to ask Copilot, hey, listen, can you draft 10 emails, 10 social media captions for me promoting Copilot? And sure, it can.
I'm sure it can too. I wonder if it understands because each social media platform, they have different limits, word limits and content limits.
Yes.
So I wonder if Copilot understands that and knows how to create those unique captions depending on the actual end media in terms of the platform that it's going to.
That's a very good question. I have not tried that yet. As we generally try to keep our content as concise as possible in order to increase engagement and increase interest. So we do not usually type long content. But for example, Instagram does not work with links. So, if I would add a link here, maybe
there you
it
go.
wouldn't. You know what I mean? So that is a very good question. That's something that we definitely can research in marketing. But in the meantime, while we were discussing this and thinking about, if Copilot can react to all of that, we have our 10 social media captions.
Just like that.
I think this would have taken me more than an hour if I had to do it myself. So, it definitely saves me time, and it gave me, time to think about other things, be creative about other things, and think about other platforms.
So you're not only, a lot of technology is to enable persons to free up their time for better use. And we're not saying that this is not good use, but there's other things we could be doing, being more creative, reallocating our time to more strategic initiatives or objectives or goals. So this enablement that Copilot allows us, the freedom it does, the increased productivity, the time reallocation is extremely important to organizations like ours, I think, and departments like marketing for sure.
But also how it triggers you to think from another point of view.
Ah,
That's what I think is one of the best things about these types of AI tools, right? Because it doesn't keep you in a one-track mind. Different ways that you can talk about the same things. And that's what I like
absolutely.
most about it.
I like that. So not only your thoughts, but another point of view, another perspective to weigh in
Yes.
on.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. That's so important.
So we've looked at updating a Word document. We've looked at using that Word document to prompt a structured presentation for internal purposes. And then we've gone ahead and drafted emails for external purposes. And we've gone ahead and drafted 10 captions for social media purposes. So there's in about 5 minutes, Marcy, I think, we've done all of that. And at the end of the day, this is immediately sendable. We can edit it, we can personalize it with our own touch.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, it's ready for transmission or communication. And I like that.
I really like it a lot. It's really helped me so much.
Yeah.
Really.
So is there anything else you want to show us with the demo, or are we about finished? That's it?
We're good with the demo, yes. So I'm gonna stop my screen sharing now.
Sure. All right. So
and then it's back to us.
Are all about Microsoft, right? As if you're seeing in Marcy's background, Partner of the Year awards for Curacao. I won't tell you how many years in a row. We have our 15-year anniversary coming up in April. You'll see that on our LinkedIn and our business pages. So Microsoft Shop, not just for licensing anymore. We are service-based, we're support-based. But then we talked about Power BI, Microsoft Power BI. We talked about Microsoft Copilot. Now, coming out of COVID, we would have had more persons buying into collaboration and productivity tools to enable modern workplace, is what we call it, work from home, remote work, and all of those rich options came to us, flexi hours, and not only Inova and but our customers to embrace this, right? So I want to probably touch base on it. How does beyond COVID the collaboration tools within Microsoft Suite like Teams and SharePoint help with the marketing efforts for Inova? And do we have any customer success stories that we would like to highlight coming out of that as well?
Right. So thanks for bringing that up, because collaboration for marketing is something that's so important as well, because that is also something that boosts creativity. For example, when me and Adriano are working on a document, she may write something, I may write something. We're working on a document at the same time. And then, maybe her idea was maybe better than mine. You know what I'm saying? So it's really great, the opportunity to work together and collaborate together. And working on a document together, that's only scratching the surface of how you can collaborate, using SharePoint, using Teams. I mean, you can create teams. Let's look at how we use Teams to work on our Partner of the Year submissions. Actually, one of the customers that helped us write us a story for Partner of the Year actually helped us win Partner of the Year as well. And that's the FINA Dance Art School.
Yes.
This is a bit of an older story, but I love telling the story. And the reason is because I think it's amazing how this art school, this dance school, overcame such a hurdle through COVID. I mean, office company, you bring your laptop home, you continue working on your documents at home. But when COVID hit for these people, they had to close up shop. Fortunately, they managed to maintain 50% of their business practice because of Microsoft Teams. Why? Because they brought their dance lessons home. they were giving their dance lessons through Microsoft Teams. This was such an inspiring story. It was such a great story. So of course we won Partner of the Year with the story because
Of
it's, you
course.
know, it was such a great story. And that this was in 2021. No, in 2020, sorry. This was in 2020. And it was such a huge success story, but it really showed the collaboration, the connection that people can make through Teams. And as a Microsoft partner, I think what's really important about us is that we not only sell Microsoft partner products, but we actually use Microsoft products. And
Indeed.
we, I mean, when we log in, the first place we go to is Teams, check our
Absolutely.
messages, check Viva Engage, what's going on within the company. And that really, even though we're a company that's scattered across the Caribbean, our employees are scattered across the Caribbean, it still feels like we're a whole team and we're sometimes, in the same place together because we
Absolutely.
talk to each other so often. We have so many communication moments, touch points during the day that it's like, you're sitting right here beside me.
Absolutely. And right now I feel like I'm right beside you, Marcy, using the
Yeah,
same teams, right? And for
exactly.
persons who may not be aware, Teams backend is SharePoint. That's where the document
Yes.
sharing and collaboration comes in.
Yeah.
OneDrive is for the filing, but in terms of the collaboration efforts and all this, the document hosting, that's SharePoint in the backend of Teams, right? SharePoint with Teams, there are so many things. One of the things I love about Teams, for example, is I could do this a call with a customer and or a teammate, internal or external, right?
Right.
And after that call, I may, for example, forget what that call, so an element of the call, because it may have been an
Yeah.
hour long. And I have a transcript, I have the recording available, it's in Sway, it's secured, it's for me. If I want to share access, I can share it internal or externally, depending on my company's policies, of course. And at the end of the day, the connectivity that we have, right? And
Yes.
we don't mean Wi-Fi, but the connection to others that we gain through
Yeah.
Teams is
Yeah.
priceless. And when you
Yes.
have the co-author, as you meant, we're talking about with Adriana,
Yeah.
abilities, capabilities through Word because of SharePoint in the back end, that gives you the freedom to interplay with team members, to share
Yeah.
ideas, and to move quickly towards an end goal, whether it's finishing a document, working on a campaign, or just putting ideas on a whiteboard, right? This is what Teams
Right.
facilitate. And I love it. It has channels, it has there's so
Right.
many things. We could talk about Teams all day,
We can.
and we would not be exhausted. But I
Yes.
think we believe, and you mentioned it, Marcy, we not only sell these solutions, but we embrace them
Yeah.
for ourselves. Not just Teams, not just the modern workplace solutions, but we're using Dynamics, as Marcy mentioned. We're using Power
Yes.
BI, we're using
Yes.
Copilot, and there are a
Yes.
host of other Microsoft technologies that we're looking at. And for us, it's important so we can tell our own stories and match and connect with our customers and their stories as well,
And speak
right?
from experience,
And speak from
speak from
experience.
experience. Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
what I appreciate about your conversation and your feedback today, Marcy, is marketing is a part of almost every company in the world. Whether
Yes.
they're our customers or someone else's, we're looking for you to come across, so come to us. But marketing is intrinsic to all companies, and so is technology. So they interplay. And all of the things we've talked about
So
today,
important.
synergy, leveraging business intelligence, using AI to improve content, to create productivity, to create
Yeah.
creativity, and
Yeah.
also automation, which we didn't go too much into on another session. We'll do that. But I
Definitely.
do
Yeah.
think the full gamut of what we're able to do with technology and Microsoft specifically is never ending. And
Yeah.
as they continue to do their research and development, new products will be released. But for now, we're tapping into what is here. Copilot is here and it's
And there's so
helping
much we can do with
Mercy.
it.
And there's
Yeah.
so much that Marcy is doing with it. And I am benefiting from what Marcy's doing with that. As she
Yeah.
says, marketing plays into sales. And we
Yes.
are the engine that runs behind marketing to enable and get that ROI. So, Marcy, if there's nothing else you want to highlight, is there anything you want to highlight before we close off?
What I really want to highlight, guys, is really to embrace technology. I think that's one of the most important things you can advise someone: embrace technology and embrace AI, because there's so many opportunities to enhance your work. And why not try it?
Why not, indeed? Embrace it. And whether it's AI or BI, I don't know if there's a CI out there, but technology definitely is needed. So our first episode, Empowering Marketing with Technology, under the series Leveraging Microsoft Technologies for Business Growth. Episode 1 is wrapping up. We are grateful to Marcy for her time, for her insights, for her knowledge, for everything, her bright sparking face as well. And we are looking forward to a pattern of every 2 weeks we'll be releasing these episodes. Our next
Right.
episode will be looking at the dynamic suite in the more depth. Look out for
Yes.
that on our LinkedIn pages. Again, reach out to our team, whether sales, marketing, or support, with regards to Microsoft products and services, the ones we mentioned today, as well as others. I thank you for your time, everyone. We hope you have gleaned a lot from the conversation today. And
Thank you.
again, Marcy, thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for being our host, Raquel. You're doing it amazing.
Thank you, and you were awesome for the first guest on our new podcast, right? So,
Yeah.
guys, here's to I Know About Tech Insights. We'll see you on episode 2. Have a great one. Bye.
Thank you. Have a great one. Bye.